Welcome to the Featured Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Rick.
And today we're going to be talking about Chivalry of a Failed Knight, which was a recommendation from CJ. Thank you, CJ, for the wonderful recommendation.
Appreciate you.
If you want to hear some of the pre-show content where we actually were talking with CJ, go ahead and join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Featured Anime Podcast. $1 a month to get you access to that bonus content. And now, onto the meat and potatoes. Chivalry of a Failed Knight was produced by SB Creative, G.A. Bunko, Kadokawa, just to name a couple of them. Studios for it are Silver Link and Nexus. Aired from October 2015 through December 2015. Genres for it are action, fantasy, romance, school, and ecchi. It's based off of a light novel, and it's 12 episodes long. Now, this show is set in a modern world where a small number of individuals possess the ability to manipulate their souls into powerful weapons. These individuals are known as blazers. And the main story follows Ikki, the so-called worst one, at the academy where he is going to, Hagun Academy. Due to his low magic, though, that is why he is called the worst one and given the lowest rank of F. His life gets upended when he encounters Stella Vermillion, an A-ranked blazer and a princess, in a compromising situation in their shared room. And after some shenanigans, the two end up becoming fast friends and pushing each other to grow while training for the Seven Stars Sword Art Festival, a national tournament that crowns the strongest student knight. The show blends tournament arcs, romance, light comedy, school politics, clean fights, and a straight shooting main couple, actually, for a change, that actually communicates most of the time, which honestly in anime is almost unheard of.
Yes.
So that's were you expecting me to?
I was expecting you to continue. I was going to interject by saying, yeah, you're right. So the good part about this anime is that they made it. The bad part about this anime is they only made season 1. From what I understand, there's still a light novel and stuff like that, but it's a good anime. Unique in the sense that the clear communication is not consistent, meaning like they will confess their feelings for one another, kind of, sorta, and then go an episode where nothing happens and the tension doesn't seem to be there. And then the following episode, the tension's super thick and super heavy. And I enjoyed the fact that they kind of sort of showed minor arguments. And what I mean by that is, just like couples have disagreements and lack of communication, the arguments they go through are because of that lack of communication and misunderstandings. But instead of letting them fester, and instead of letting them grow to something comedic, they resolve them almost instantly whenever they have the opportunity. And it's probably the healthiest relationship I've seen in an anime. So magic and all that stuff I know is still there, so it seems unrealistic, but I have faith that it will one day be the standard. Anyway, a lot of the things.
Did you lose your train of thought there?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. A lot of the portions of this anime kind of push certain boundaries, such as what it means to be hardworking versus talented, what it means to give up a lot to gain a little, so to speak. And that's kind of our protagonist's ability, for lack of a better way to put it. He's able to zone out and ignore certain aspects of his life, of his abilities. Like in certain areas, he's like, I'm going to give up seeing color so that I can react to things better. I'm going to give up feeling pain so that my body can be pushed past its limits. And he's able to use his own life force to enhance his abilities beyond what they should be. And it's very rare that that happens because everyone else seems to have an ability that is very elemental and very external. For instance, there's a few people in here that use water, fire, lightning, even, whereas he just uses himself. And he has
Well,
I almost want to call him a genius. Oh, go ahead.
So what do you like, are you talking about his unique skill and where he developed that and what is basically able to use that?
I would say the perseverance that he has that allows him to use what he has. For instance, his in my mind, his innate ability is the ability to steal swordsmanship. Yeah, he steals swordsmanship. So he's able to steal his opponent's style of fighting. And then maybe I think he even perfected it a little bit.
Well, so his ability isn't because of his innate talent or anything like that.
It's hard work.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's because no one would train him. So he had to get that. He had to develop that because no one would train him. It's not that he was trained. It's not that he was taught or anything to do that. He had to learn that so that way he could get better. And so that way he could be able to stand a chance against the other people who are quote unquote blazers.
Yeah. And would you say rejected is a good way to put it from his family? Maybe not rejected so much as dismissed.
Yeah, I would say dismissed.
Okay, so he's dismissed from his. Good.
Yeah, the reason why I would say he's dismissed is because he's thought of to have no talent or anything like that, and so it's not that they don't care about him in a matter of speaking, quote unquote. He's just like, why would we invest the time and effort into you if we're going to literally get nothing that we want out of it in return?
And yeah, they say that, but it makes me feel like their parents are like in a crime syndicate, but their parents are kind of in government instead.
They're known, his family's known for churning out or having a long line of people who were top blazers, top basically magic knights.
Okay. Really? I mean, of course, his little sister, who we meet later on, is extremely talented. It's almost like she sucked all the talent out of his birth and then decided that's what you get. And he just uses determination. And I think the only person that truly saw him for him, even beyond what his sister does, was his grandfather. And he starts realizing that he's weak, so he has to work a lot harder than everybody else. He has to train to an insane degree. And what I thought was really cool is with his ability, perfect sight, he sees everything he can see. He sees everything that he should be able to see. And in doing so, he sees nuances in stances. He sees flaws in your fighting styles. He sees opportunity and he takes full advantage.
Oh yeah, to a degree. It's not only that, everything that he does put a strain on him. Like you're talking about the limitations, right? That he removes, right? It's
correct.
Literally, he is given a 1 minute of do or die type of situation. After that minute's up, like where he's pushed beyond that, pushed past his survival limits. Like that's it. He crashes hard. He is, and then there's like another variation on that where he's able to shut down even more versions of it, to help heighten another sense in which he's trying to amplify it. So it's kind of a trade-off. He has everything amplified, but he's able to kind of, to my understanding, shut down particular senses in expectation these other senses will grow stronger. For an example is he's like, I don't need to see color because I just need eyesight to be able to see all this other stuff. So he does his technique. CJ says it's a Shura, but he's like, I don't need to see color to be able to pinpoint these, and that's what he looks at. So he removes color to be able to improve his eyesight even more beyond that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think there was even a part where he took away certain feelings in order to move past. I mentioned it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, his imagine losing that for a minor gain, not realizing if it's going to come back or not.
That he would know that it's going to come back or not. Like it is a part of his noble art. His art is basically it's like a burst mode. Like that's it. It's burst mode. I'm going to gain power and this is what it's going to be. I have a variant of this, but that's what it's going to be. It's not like he's permanently giving something up. That's his art. Everyone else has ability to control water, fire, or anything like that. That is their noble art. For him, it's just basically, like CJ says, he's going KO Ken.
Yeah, it's a perfect example for it because the drawbacks are very similar too. You make a mistake and all of a sudden, all of your muscles have strained themselves and you need to be down. You need to be down and out for a little bit. And he's able to use it once per day, which becomes important later on.
Right.
Yeah, no, just the intricacies of this show, while not many, are very interesting and very well thought out. So, yeah, if you were to look at this with not a clean mind, that's not correct, but if you were to watch this with little to no expectation, you would be very, very pleased with what you see, what the outcome is. If you were to, if you were to watch this with hope that one thing is going to happen, it's probably not. Regardless of what that one thing is, unless you're familiar with this show, you won't. It doesn't take a conventional route. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, did you watch it dubbed or subbed?
Oh, I, being the fan that I am, and that I always watch it dubbed because I never watch it subbed. Or wait, is it that I always watch it subbed and not dubbed? Why does it matter?
So I watched it. Well, because it matters in the event of viewing. I watched it both ways, and I felt like the voice actors in the subbed did a better job than the dubbed version.
Okay. So, but like, why does it matter? You said it matters in the viewing pleasure. Okay, well, for who? For you? It matters to you if I watched it either way?
No, I wanted to know what you thought about it, but the reason I bring up that there's a difference, there's a difference in viewing experience, because in the dub they cuss a lot. In the sub, I don't think they do. At least it's not written down. But like in the dub, I wasn't expecting, because I originally watched it subbed when it came out, and I watched it dubbed here, and I had to go forward and back a few times, switching between sub and dub just to make sure that I didn't miss this when I was reading it subbed. And yeah, the dubbed is very, very vulgar. Lots of cursing, lots of name calling in a humorous way that the sub didn't really give me. The sub gave me a little bit more of a, serious, dramatic feeling
that
I did not get with the dub.
I mean,
no, it's not the point of the story, but it definitely helped.
I'm saying the seriousness, the dramatic portion of it. I mean, like that's why I tend to watch it subbed versus dubs. Subs, they try to, in my opinion, try to maintain or stay true to the context as to what is there rather than veering off course. Like we have talked about before with several of the shows that are out there where they just go off into the hills, and do whatever it is that they want to do,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I know that that's your cup of tea. I know you prefer that, but
it's my gallon of tea. Don't get it twisted. It's not even a cup. I drown in it. Did anything surprise you in this show that you were not expecting, or that, well, you've seen it before too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you expecting one thing and it's in your initial viewing that you can remember?
I was expecting not to see total full on brother sister makeout session in the first couple of episodes.
I mean,
and then I saw that I was like, oh, now I know why Rick loves this. Totally.
Baloney. I liked it because of Alice. No,
sorry.
show
For real though.
What
What was the question for real though? I forgot the question. What was the question?
Did anything come to you as a surprise that you were not expecting?
Did anything not come to me as a surprise?
Sorry, did anything surprise you? Did anything go against your expectation while viewing initially?
Yeah, clear communication between the couple and that they actually get along with each other and that there's actual full-on linear romance progression for them. That kind of sort of makes sense.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. It very rarely happens ever. So, yeah, that is a nod in the appropriate direction for this anime. For me, Alice, I was not expecting to like a character that was so odd, you know.
I thought you were going to go a route of like I was not expecting the show to have any plot holes whatsoever, but I was surprised to see that there were plot holes and plot filler, plot armor, and plot swords. Plot swords coming out of the left, plot swords coming out of the right.
Anything and everything you might need could be fixed with Deus Ex Sword from the Soul.
Heck yeah. Dude, it's just that his sword is that strong.
Just immensely powerful. So, but anyway, the visuals on here were quite nice.
Yes.
Everyone who had an ability was put on full display every time a fight broke out. I was not expecting to see plot points like terrorism get involved and then resolved so quickly. Like, I expected.
Yeah, but it sets up a Deus Ex Machina character that immediately gets taken down. You know, you got to set up that guy that sets the boundary for Ikki and be like, hey, he is just that much greater, and you can tell he's great because of this. And they literally spent a good couple of minutes like building him up and setting him up to be this like phenomenal guy. And not phenomenal as in he's a great guy, you want to hang out with him, but phenomenal as in he is a strong, crazy strong individual and all this other stuff, only to have it resolved, taken down and ripped away by in the same episode within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The power of friendship and cheers.
Cheers and swords. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just the diversity of the powers, the idea that perseverance will win. It was nice. Not something I expected to see in the. I expected more chivalry. I expected more.
Oh, he does. He does. Bro, hang on. First of all, CJ says to play advocate, the principal does say that the system is The system currently isn't good to measure his actual strength. So they say off the rip, dude is goated. Yeah, obviously I agree with that 100%. They say that the system is broken because of all this other stuff. And tell me what is not chivalrous about him. He even points out that he's chivalrous. He walks in on Stella. She's in her chonies. He rips off his shirt and he's like, hey guys, hey, you know what?
We're even now.
We're even now. I saw yours. You see mine.
You see mine.
But not only that, he's like, he takes it slow. He's like, hey, and she straight up says, hey, you want to do the dirty? Want to be like bonobo chimps right now? And he's like, no. I want to be able to say with a matter of fact and with all certainty that this is, meant to be, that I truly care about her and everything. Like, I want to put myself in the best possible position for everyone. And that does come back around. But he was very chivalrous in that moment because a lot of lesser guys would have been along the lines of like, you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
Ain't nothing but mammals. So,
Let's do it like they do on Discovery Channel. All right.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
Especially, right, to point out where they, after that whole incident, they're like, hey, let's have a fight. Let's have a battle. The winner is basically your master and you have to be their slave. And he could have totally been like, hey, boom, you got to wear this skimpy the whole time. No, he's like, hey, I just want you to be my friend. I want us to get along. And that's it. You know, that's all he cared about. That's all he wanted.
I mean, yeah, he had other focuses other than carnal pleasures, carnal obsessions. And he does point out later on that he does suffer from those, but he does fight them. So, okay, fine. I guess I can see the chivalrous acts there.
He goes out of his way to help other people too at the exact same time. And not for any selfish reason, not for any point in where he's hoping to get something out of it, but because he wants to genuinely help. And he says this and it shows through his actions at the exact same time, including with Stella, where she wants to be trained by him and he could go out of his way and train her. He's like, no, and he breaks it down for her and everything else. Same thing for the students that come up to him. He's willing to train them. It's like, hey, you understand that they will probably be your next opponent. And he goes, I completely understand that. However, I also understand that they want to improve and I am not going to turn them away. Same thing for the person that basically tricked him and harmed him in a manner of speaking. He's like, hey, I just wanted to help you.
I mean, yes, he does say that. And I assumed it was just him being good-natured, not necessarily chivalrous.
That's what chivalry is.
I assumed chivalry was good-intentioned actions towards those of the opposite sex. Specifically, like it did not translate, I thought, like holding the door open for a lady or standing when your wife enters the room.
In case you didn't know, almost every meaningful action was always with the opposite sex. So you, even by going down with that definition, it qualifies. 99.9% of everything in here qualifies.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, okay. I guess
majority. I didn't say all.
CJ goes, majority of those are girls. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not talking about. I'm not. CJ says even anything he did for Alice would technically qualify too. Yeah, exactly.
You're not. Yes, and I agree.
The other gentlemen that are there too, where they tried fighting him and he took him down pretty easily, and then they immediately go, "We were just jealous of you, man. Could you please train us?" He immediately is like, "Hey, I have an open heart. I forgive you, and I would be more than happy to train you."
I don't think that's chivalry, though. I think that's just good-natured.
So basically, because he didn't hold open a door for anyone, you're like, nah, wasn't chivalrous.
I'm sure he held open the door for somebody eventually.
I'm sure.
Let me see. So, qualities that honor or attribute to the ideal. Shot myself in the foot. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, I didn't know what chivalrous meant. No, I did. Okay. Characterizations are characterized by consideration and courtesy, especially towards women. But that's the third definition. The first one is having the qualities of gallantry and honor attributed to an ideal knight. So yeah, dang it, on all fronts. On all fronts, he qualifies. So good title. Title fits.
Yeah.
I don't like being wrong, but title fits.
It's all good. It's all right, man. You know, we all know.
Now, as far as pacing goes, I felt like the last 3 episodes were jam-packed, almost too much, with not plot holes, but plot points and things that when I first watched it, I thought they took a lot longer. I thought it was more episodes than it was.
I can agree with that because they, throughout the whole series, in all honesty, you feel like they do time skips or points because they ended on a particular point, and then when you start the next episode, it's not a clean start versus how it ends. True. And so that kind of jars it a little bit, especially for me, because you have those points to where it is. Did I miss something?
You're questioning if you, yeah.
Did I miss something?
You're questioning. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I was going to say. It's like,
No.
did I miss something?
Yeah, as I say, it's definitely. Hey, we skipped ahead like 2 or 3 days. What's going on? Did I miss? No, I didn't miss. And the minor amount of times that they have a memory flash that explains the gap. You're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Which could have just as easily been at the beginning of the episode to help lead into it.
Yes.
Or,
100%.
I mean, I genuinely think the transitions in between episode could have been a lot better, and that's kind of one of the things. Or they bring focal points, or they bring people in, or they touch points on there where it is talked about, referenced. They show a little bit of it, and then they just drop them like a sack of potatoes. CJ says, y'all wanted a slice of life in my romance action anime? For shame. Hey, no, it's not.
I mean, we kind of got that though, too.
It's not that I want a slice of life. It's how they transition between the episodes is not cohesive. It is jarring. Normally, when you have transitions in between episodes, it's not necessarily a jarring skip where they at the exact same time go, oh, hang on, let me backfill this at the exact same time and then continue on forward from that point.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens too.
Yeah. So yes, actually, a daily life of a chivalrous knight, failed knight, would have been ideal. Actually, that would have been better. Thank you for bringing that up, CJ.
I don't know about better, but
would have flowed a lot easier rather than having the time skips, time back, time skips, backtrack, time travel, time traveling granddaughters points in between. You know.
Yeah, right. It makes sense. It makes flawless sense.
I don't know. And half the people that you're introduced to, you're kind of given a, why should I care about these individuals? Because apparently everyone else cares about these individuals, and they make it feel like or show that there's going to be these major, case in point, CJ. Okay. They're like, oh, they showcase them like being selected for fighting against the student council. And then they have this whole ominous scene where they're all sitting around in a dark room and they're supposed to be these top tier individuals. And the next episode, you're 3/4 through the battle and our main character and Stella, Ikki and Stella both win. It's like, okay, what was the purpose of like, okay, what did I miss? What was going on? Well, there was like no build up for it. It's, you end with them going, oh, there's going to be these basically with the thought of, you're going to have these monumental, strong fights. There's going to be these points and character growth building moments and everything like that. And the beginning of the next episode, 3/4 already are done. 3/4 of the fight's already done. And then they just completely wipe the floor with them or whatever it is and then move on. Like, okay, what was the purpose of that? What was the point of the whole thing? Also, I'd like to point out at the first beginning portions of it, they were saying you have to win 10 rankings for you to be qualified as a potential for the next 7 stars or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then when they get to that point, they're like, oh, we have to make sure we continue to win so that way we get selected for this. And it's not just them, but apparently a whole slew of people are undefeated still. And so it's just a matter of, no, you can't, it's not just you having to win 10 matches. It's you have to be undefeated in all your matches.
Yeah, it's a 1-loss elimination, which it seems interesting, I guess.
Well, I
think a 2-loss would be better.
It's just, well, no, I mean, they started off, and correct me if I'm wrong, CJ, but they started off saying you have to win 10 and then you'd be a part of the selection for it. And once they got to the 10, it's like, they had to reach a point to where it's like, oh, we have to make sure we don't lose any of our fights so that way we get selected. And it was no longer 10, it was 15.
Yeah.
It's 15 or 16 or something like that.
I think 17 by the time they were done.
Something. And you know what? Never mind. That's
what?
End game stuff. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, okay. See, the thing is, CJ says for him specifically, he needs to win every single one. He doesn't need to win Every single one.
No, he does.
Not just him.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
needs to win every single one, because the same thing. Stella said the exact same thing. He needs to win every single one. He needs to win the seven stars battle tournament is what he needs to do. So that way he can graduate and become a Magic Knight. He can become a true Blazer.
Yeah. But even one loss puts so much on the line that he really doesn't have a choice, you know? So, yeah, I feel like even if he misses a fight, it's still considered a forfeit. So he has to not only show up for them all, he has to win them all. And that's, it kind of sucks to have to do when you're originally a crowd underdog. Would that be a crowd heel, perhaps? Because he ends up eventually being a crowd favorite. So,
yeah. No, and CJ says, yeah, he specifically does to get to the other tournament. For example, Tota doesn't win, but she still gets picked for the other tourney. She doesn't get picked. They never picked her. She was eliminated. She was there presenting the flag because she's the class president. She's the class president.
Took me a second.
But she is not selected for the tournament, despite the fact that she was in the top 4. Everyone that was up there all are undefeated.
Now, are we saying top 4 in battle stats or top 4?
No. I didn't say top 4. All the others. If I said top 4, that was a mistake. All the others that are up there are all undefeated. Everyone. So Stella's undefeated. The other individuals that are up there, the other like Alice that's up there, undefeated. The vice president, undefeated. The couple other individuals, undefeated. Everyone that's up there is undefeated.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Yeah, CJ says he might be mixing up the light novels in this, but there is a following tourney, and she is picked for it. I swear it was on the same one at the end of the anime, but no, it's in the anime. She's not chosen. It's all of them plus him, and she chooses who's going to be the leader, and she chooses Ikki. I could have misinterpreted that whole thing, but at the end of it, that's what I understood it to be.
I'd say it's fairly accurate, to be honest.
Right. Anyways, we can continue on this for quite a while.
I mean, we could, but we'd be going into spoiler territory.
Well, I mean, like, not that we didn't already spoil some of it. There are some more tasty morsels. Yeah. Some interesting tidbits for sure, to say the least. But yeah, on a scale of up to 10, sir, how would you rate this?
This for me is going to be a solid 8. There was a few things they could have done better. In all honesty, there was a lot they did almost flawlessly. So I have no issues with giving it an 8. I'd recommend it to other people. I'd watch it again. And yeah, that's my reasoning. What do you have?
I'm gonna match you. I'm gonna match you and go with an 8.
Oh,
I was gonna go lower.
Okay. All right.
But thinking on it for a second, I can't go lower because honestly, there is not too much working against it, in my opinion, that would warrant me going lower than an 8. The inconveniences in there, yeah, they suck, they're annoying or whatever, but at the same time, I kind of understand why they did it the way they did. I just hate the setup and ending for it. Obviously, they did a great job, phenomenal job setting it up for season 2. Truly bringing in character growth, character development, backstory, and everything else. I completely understand. I can get behind it, but yeah. So 8 and 8. There we go. That's what we're rolling with.
Sweet. Next week's I Remember.
The Unwanted Undead Adventurer, as recommended by the Undead Jeb. So, well, that's all the time that we have for today. If you feel like we did it too much justice, not enough justice, got things right, wrong, whatever, feel free to contact us. All the information is available to you in our show notes, as well as on our website at featuredanimepodcast.com. If you want to help us grow and support us, you can go to patreon.com/featuredanimepodcast. $1 a month to get you access to that bonus content. And then, of course, if you want to help support us through other means, you could do the affiliate links for Crunchyroll in the show notes, helps us scroll like that. And then let's not forget, nice, delicious Tokyo treats. Halloween is right around the corner, and they have their wonderful Halloween box coming out. Trust me, it's worth it. The treats are delicious. And I'll tell you this right now, the apple pie Kit Kats are delicious.
Can only imagine.
If you want to support us like that, you can go to our affiliate link in the show notes, use coupon code featured anime, get $5 off that very first box. And of course, don't forget about the swanky swag, shop.featuredanimepodcast.com. And until next time, I'm Jack.
I'm Rick, and we'll see you next time.